So my name is Dave McGrane. I'm the former candidate in Churchill-Wildwood in the 2020 election, which we unfortunately lost by 259 votes, so it was a very close one. I've been involved in the NDP now for about 20 years, since 1997 or so. Worked on a lot of campaigns in Saskatchewan, in Ontario, in Quebec, and also in my professional work. I'm a professor of political studies at the University of Saskatchewan, and I also studied the federal NDP, provincial NDP as well, and social democracy. So for me, I'm an activist when it comes to the NDP, but also somebody who studies the party as well. So yeah, that was very exciting. So it would have been, I guess, after the 2016 election, when I became president. One of the priorities for the party was to act on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's calls to action. And one of the ways we did that was by creating an indigenization plan that had a lot of different aspects to it, but things, it went everywhere, everything from having land acknowledgements at our gatherings, trying to gather as much as possible on Indigenous land, and hiring some organizers who did indigenization and kind of outreach with Indigenous groups. So all that came together in this indigenization plan, and it was the first time a political party in Saskatchewan had actually ever put forth an indigenization plan. So we were very proud of it, and it continues working onwards now, and now we have more Indigenous MLAs and more Indigenous activists. So I think it's been a success in a lot of ways. I think there's a feeling out there that possibly the NDP is yesterday's party. The NDP is not a party that's really looking towards the future, and a party that's really has its back up against a fairly large Saskatchewan party machine that sort of crushes everything and it rolls over. So it's almost perception, and perception not always based on reality either, so that might not be the reality, but you feel that, I think, within the voters when you talk to them on the doorstep, and even amongst the activists. So this perception that we're really up against the wall, that we're at a low ebb in our history, and that Saskatchewan really is probably the most conservative province in Canada at the moment. We have a great caucus of people. I mean, they're not as large as we want them to be, evidently, but we have 13 really great MLAs. We do have a variety of ridings that have, I think, pretty robust local organizations. I would include Churchill-Wildwood in that. I think we have a much stronger organization here in Churchill-Wildwood than we did prior to the last election. So I think my hope pretty much goes with the people that are involved in the NDP, the MLAs, the leader, and the grassroots activists here in Churchill-Wildwood and elsewhere that are working really hard to change that perception, to make us appear more and more like a party of the future instead of a party of the past, and make us an important part of Saskatchewan's tomorrow, and making sure that we do have this prosperous, equal, and just province that we all dream about. And so there's definitely hope there. Even though it might seem dark at times, I do have hope for the future.